Hey folks, and welcome to another Tidbits from the Road. Thought I'd wax poetically on my used inventory, formerly CPO, purchase process going on right now. It's a whole lot of waiting is what it is. A little more waiting than I thought, and a little less communication than I'd hoped for too. The initialization of the purchase is pretty straightforward. You go to the website, you find the car that you think you want there, you click a little button, you give them a credit card, and bingo, bango, bongo, you've started the process. Those of you out there that might not be familiar with this process, I'll take you a little bit through it. For those super not familiar with anything Tesla, when you own a Tesla, you get a My Tesla account, which will eventually link your car to the app, so you can do things like manage the car remotely with the app. But until you have that, that serves as a spot for you to do all the business you need to do to actually purchase the car. So that includes getting your financing situation straightened up, providing to them the registration information that you're going to use, all sorts of things. And so there's 5 steps on the site that you need to complete to purchase the car. The first step is the financing situation. I chose to use Tesla financing just because it was simpler, and I figured if anyone's going to know Tesla financing, Tesla's going to know it. That might not have been the smartest situation or option to use, but it's the one I took. Your mileage may vary. The second thing is, if you're trading anything in, there's a spot for you to provide the VIN of the car that you're trading in. Next up after that is they want a copy of your driver's license front and back. This is used along with your finance application to set up the registration for the car. Number 4, what was number 4? I don't remember what the 4th thing is off the top of my head right now, so I'll have to come back to that one. But the 5th thing is picking the service center that you want things delivered to. I am fortunate enough to be about equidistant between 2 service centers, but the good folks at the Columbus, Ohio store have been who I've been working with for this entire time. So I'm definitely going to Columbus, even though every time I've done anything on Tesla's site from day one, they've actually been kind of directing me to Cleveland, which really is not, from where I'm located, it's actually longer it's equidistant mileage wise, I should say, but it feels longer to drive to Cleveland, and I think Columbus is the nicer setup anyway. So the first part of this went along great. I have been sitting at 3 out of 5 checkboxes that everything's done on the website since like the second day that I started this process. The financing went okay enough as financing goes. It was pretty quick. But the weird thing is despite basically having been told, yeah, you're approved and all you got to do is sign some papers now, the checkbox on the site has not moved. And that, again, something I would expect from the type of company that Tesla is, that these things, the technology that they're using would roll things along as you'd expect, and I'd have a checkbox there that I'm ready to go. The only thing that I don't know is maybe if it's something to do with insurance, but until I get a delivery date, I'm not doing anything with insurance, because I'm not going to pay the premium that I'm going to have to pay on this car until I get that delivery date. The other thing that I've literally gotten 0 word on is the trade-in for this car. Now, let's be frank. You might be able to hear this car right now. It is an ambulatory vehicle. How about that? That's about all I can say for it. This is not something that is going to fetch me thousands of dollars on my trade-in. But from what I understand, the process is that someone will come to appraise the car, and then after they appraise the car, I'll either get a check from Tesla for the amount, or it can be credited onto the loan somehow. But regardless, no communication at all on the trade-in side. So that's where I'm at right now. I have talked to my OA owner advisor, for those not familiar with the acronym jargon there. I have talked to my OA a couple times, cleared some things up that I had questions on, but the thing I actually need to write to him now is regarding, again, this car, because I don't want the fact that I want to trade this car in to hold up the process of the purchase, because for as little as I'm going to get for this car, probably it's not worth stalling the purchase process. You know, I can always just sell this thing outright later if I have to, or if I'm super desperate, go to a place like CarMax or something like that. But so that's it for what I've experienced so far. It's not been exactly the royal treatment that maybe a new owner might get, or I should say new owner. I am a new owner of a Tesla, but a purchaser of a new vehicle might get. At least I don't feel like it is. However, this far and away is better than any car purchase process. It's just a lot of waiting. That's the thing that is, I guess, the frustrating bit. That is the one upside to the dealer model, is I can say, hey, I want that car, and then you can drive it that day if you're super lucky. At worst, maybe a day or two later. But I started this process more than 2 weeks ago now, and I still don't have a delivery date. Last I talked to my OA, the car they're working on arranging transport for the car. So that's what's happening for me right now. But that was Monday. I talked to them about that. It's now Thursday, and I have had no update since then. I'd hope in the time that, because financing's been pretty well solidified for more than probably nearing 2 weeks now as well. There's no reason why finance confirmation should be holding up the shipment of the car. So I'm really kind of wondering what the holdup is at this point. It's not like they're manufacturing the car; they just need to ship it and validate it. And even validation, even if I'm being super charitable and saying that they're gonna nitpick this thing to death, and maybe they're gonna do it on two ends. So someone takes 2 days in Chicago, where it is currently, or was currently, depending on where it's at right now. Someone in Chicago takes 2 days to look it over, and then someone in Columbus takes 2 days to look it over. I mean, there's a lot of time here that's being squandered. So at least as far as delivering a used inventory vehicle, it seems like things could be sped up a little bit. And actually, Tesla does have a bit of motivation to deliver this car soon. By my watch here, because I forgot the date right now, it's the 22nd. They probably want to get this to me in the next 8 days, so it counts in their quartering in numbers. Because while this isn't a new car delivered, that they'll be able to say we delivered X cars in a quarter for new vehicle purchases, it definitely does count on their bottom line, because this is paying money to Tesla. So I would think that they would have a little bit of motivation to get this thing delivered to me. Anyway, I will definitely be keeping you guys up to date on the purchase process. I hope when the time comes that the folks at the Columbus Service Center will agree to my recording of the delivery process. If they don't, I will do my best to in some way document the day, whether that's some still photos or maybe a faux tour of the car, or similar to the way they delivered it. I don't know, but I would like to just perch this camera on my head and walk around and have a first-person point of view as to what this delivery looks like, but we'll see what we get. So I'll be signing off for now. If you do like these videos that I've been doing, be sure to like them and subscribe to the channel so you're always updated. You can also obviously stay up to date on the flagship show if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel as well. Thanks if you do appreciate this show and you're a constant viewer. I would encourage you to check out the Patreon page, patreon.com/TeslaTidbits. I want to thank, as always, my super patrons out there. They've been kind of changing around a little bit, so I don't have that off the top of my head to rattle off, but I will definitely credit you guys in the show description, since I can't remember you all off the top of my head right now. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep it charged and hit the road.